Greenlight Exclusives for days here at Level M. We are going to crack some open and get caught up and get some of these green lights knocked out so that you guys can check these out. First one we're looking at, this is the 1990 Chevy Caprice, Chicago Fire Department. This looks pretty good. Battalion number 12, looking pretty nice. I do like this casting a lot. This Caprice casting is a good one. Another hobby exclusive we're going to crack open. This is the 1984 Dodge Diplomat in Tijuana, Mexico, Taxi Deco. Looking pretty good. You guys know I do like this casting a lot. It's a pretty good casting. Next one we're going to take a look at yet another hobby exclusive. We're going to take a look at this 2021 Chevy Tahoe in Police General Motors Fleet. Looks pretty good in all of his solid black. All that good stuff, black on black, murdered out. Looking very, very good. Another hobby exclusive that's all murdered out black is going to be this 1970 Challenger RT. Looking very, very good. Got your vinyl decos on the back of the car. Looks pretty cool. Pretty cool. We got one more Challenger RT that we're going to take a look at. Or, I'm sorry, not an RT. Just the normal Challenger. This is the 1970 Challenger. Get that cooperating with us for just a little bit. There we go. Got to get the balance on there. This is basically the base model, like the SE. So we'll see what's under the hood when we crack this guy open. Looks pretty good though. Looks pretty good. Another one from the Mopar stable and another one from NYPD that Greenlight loves. This is the 78 Dodge Monaco. Precinct 41, unit 1957. Looking pretty good. Basically, any police car that Greenlight makes is going to eventually show up as NYPD. It's just the reality of it. And then another police-themed type series that Greenlight's been doing a lot of. It is the Dukes of Hazzard. And this is Hazzard County. This is the 77 Plymouth Fury. This is one of the latest ones in the release. There's been many versions for Hazzard County coming out. And there's also a couple more still coming around the corner. So let's crack these open and take a look at them. All right, guys. First one we're going to check out here. This is the 1970 Challenger RT in black on black. It does have a matte black roof, essentially to mimic the vinyl top. Looks really, really good, though. Do like the wheels. Got the printing on the tire there. Looks nice. I've always thought this was a pretty good casting. It's a little, I guess, they try to pack a lot of details in the front. The front sometimes looks a little odd, just a little bit. But it's a good casting nonetheless. It's been around for quite some time. This is one of the older Greenlight castings. They did do some modifications to the casting recently for convertible versions, but this one looks pretty good. Does have opening hood. I'll pop that guy open for you guys. Rolling around there, probably got a 446 pack in there. Looking pretty good. I do like the fact that some Greenlight still has opening hoods, although not all of them have opening hoods anymore. A lot of the newer castings, they have hoods that interchange for trim levels, but they don't actually open, which is kind of a bummer. Take a look at this guy real quick on the base. There we go. 1508 is my number, so not super low, but it's a pretty good number. It's a pretty good number. Not too bad. It's not a 1970 number, but speaking of another 1970, we're going to take a look at this other Challenger. This is kind of like the low model, the base guy. He's not a V6 or it's not a slant 6 or anything like that. He's still got a V8 under the hood, but definitely not an RT. This guy probably has like a 318 or something in there, but you know, just got those it's got those wheels on there. I'm not a big fan of those wheels. I never thought those wheels looked that good. It's definitely a lower trim. You can tell it's just low trim. You just look at the wheels and you can tell it's low trim. But this still looks good. I like the red with the white on the top. It is a matte white. Unfortunately, you can see there's a couple of scuffs in there from being in the package, but it's not too bad. That's not really a flaw per se from the factory. It's just in the way it was packaged. It does have two-tone interior, white and black. Looks pretty good. This guy does have opening hood as well. You see that is different motor than what is in the Challenger RT. This one just being the regular guy. He also has a different hood. So I like those little subtle changes that Greenlight does to really drive home the different trims, the different levels of what you're getting, just like they were in real life. I mean, that's the way it is. It's the way it is. So pull this guy off of there. We'll take a look at what he is. 2636 is the number. So it's a relatively higher number, but not too bad. Not too bad. Moving on here, we'll take a little bit of a break because I got a lot of Mopars. So we'll go ahead and throw this 1990 Chevy Caprice in Fire Chief Battalion on there. Love this casting. Love this casting. Greenlight's done a really, really, really fantastic job with this casting, and they've gone all in with this casting. I think this is probably the 14th or 15th casting or version of this casting that I got. Now, obviously, there's different, through the 80s into the 90s, it changed up a little bit of stuff on it, but it's still the same general casting. The next release of Hot Pursuit has a pretty cool, test car, like a pit maneuver test car coming out. That looks pretty cool. Very excited to get that one. There's a few other releases already in the pipeline. I would say by the end of 2022, this casting will probably have well north of 20 versions available, which is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Which is saying something because the Challenger we just looked at, that's in the 30 or so versions, and that thing's been out for, 10 plus years. So looking at the number, it's a pretty low number, 618, nice and low, looks pretty good. I really wish I could figure out what determines whether they etch this or sticker it or print it. It's kind of weird. They have sticker, and then they have etching, and then they have printing. So I'm not really sure what differentiates all those, calls or whatnot. Going on with more police, because there's quite a bit of police here. Throw this guy down on here. 1978 Dodge Monaco. NYPD Deco. Greenlight makes pretty much everything that they have in NYPD Deco, especially if it's a cop car. Now, I'm going to say, you're probably not going to see the C8 in NYPD Deco, but I wouldn't put it past them. You never know. I mean, Greenlight's done some weird stuff. But this one looks really, really good. This is another casting that, they only have to change a couple things here and there. That front clip piece is actually separate so that they can change it from a Fury to a Monaco and stuff like that. It looks, just super simple, subtle things that they can do that essentially let it span an enormous amount of variations, I guess you could say. This is in, classic NYPD Deco. This guy also does have a opening hood. I kind of have to pull that off real quick so I can get it down in there. The hood is enormous, so hopefully it'll stay up. So the hood's not going to stay up. So I guess I'll just have to show it to you guys. So this one has some print in there, some matte black print. Let's try this on this side. There we go. Has some matte black print in there just so that it can separate from the engine block that's in there. I think Greenlight did that just for aesthetic purposes. I don't think they needed to do that. But we have another of these style of cars we'll check out right after this one. Well, it looks pretty good. Like I said, that hood is huge. This car is huge. Looking at the base Dietz, 765, that's pretty low. 769, that's a pretty low number. So you see that one's printed on there. So again, not really sure the Dietz on that. Not really sure how they determine that, but not too bad. I wanted to point out, I really like the light bar on the top. It's three-dimensional. There's elements inside there underneath the clear top. It looks pretty good. The bar is a little crooked on the way it's set down, but not a big deal. So we're going to move on to another one of these big body four-doors. This is the 1977 Plymouth Fury. This is from the Essential Dukes of Hazzard sub-theme, as I will call them. Greenlight's been doing an enormous amount of hobby exclusives for Hazard County. Obviously, they have not done the Charger, and unfortunately, I did mention this before. Just in today's day and age, I just don't think that they can do it. Even though it's just a TV car, you know what I mean? But unfortunately, it does have that Confederate flag on there, so it's unfortunate. I'd rather them not do the Charger unless they can do it correctly. So it's a little bummed out, but they are going all in with everything else. Looks really, really good. This one is in, obviously, Hazard County. Got the big 34 on the hood, no light bar. I like that. This guy also has opening hood as well. It is the same casting as the other one. I think this hood will stay up much, much better. You see this guy has the same engine block in there, but there's no tampo print inside the hood there. He doesn't have that matte black in there. And like I said, I really feel like Greenlight did that on the previous version on the NYPD just to separate so that you could actually see the detail of the engine. So, just a little bit of them looking out, pay attention to the details. Sometimes these companies don't really think about the little tiny details, but sometimes they do. We'll take a look at what we got going on here. 2312 is my number. It's a little bit on the lower side. Like I said, these are probably, 5,000-6,000 piece runs at least. So a little bit up there. We're going to keep rolling. Another police. There's a lot of police. Just the last one, though. This is the 2021 Chevy Tahoe in its General Motors fleet deco. It's kind of like General Motors showing off that they want you to buy the police version of the Tahoe, and this is how they decoed it up. That's what it means. I love this casting. It's huge. It's beefy. Looks good. Great execution. I really, really like the push bar on it. That slender LED light bar on the top is fantastic. Such a excellent addition to police cars for Greenlight. Looks so, so good. This casting is just ridiculous. I mean, this is just such a good casting. I really, really like this casting. I'm a big Mopar guy, but I love toy cars. And the real Tahoe is meh, but as a toy, this thing is absolutely fantastic. Obviously, this guy's not going to have a tow hitch because that would be ridiculous. 2020. Man, I mentioned in a previous video, for one time, I just want to find one that has like the same year number. And this is a 2021 Tahoe. So close. If they'd have just pulled like the next one out of the case, I might have got a 2021. But man, so close. So close. But it is what it is. Still a good casting. Really like this casting a lot. But we're going to roll on to the very last one we got going on here. And this is from a very good year. This is a 1984 Dodge Diplomat. This is one of those castings that just people don't do. Like, people just don't do this. Now, it's not like this has never been done before. I believe that Fresh Cherries, which I forget the brand name or the parent company of that, but Fresh Cherries, I believe they did a Diplomat. They also did the Aries. They did the Gremlin. They did a Pinto. All in 1/64 scale. Very, very nice. They did the Dodge Omni. I do have one of those floating around here somewhere. They did, just weird oddball stuff from the 70s and 80s. And it was fantastic. I know that Motor Max has done this car in 1/24 scale. They also done police versions and civilian versions. So that's pretty nice. This one has those awesome wire wheels on it, which was a huge staple in the 80s on, opulent luxury type vehicles. See those a lot on Cadillacs and stuff as well. I think Greenlight did a very good job replicating those as the wheel. And this is pretty cool, dude. Just, being a Mexico taxi, that's cool, from Tijuana. I just really like the fact that they don't have any boundaries to the decos they'll put on stuff. And, they want to get some pretty cool stuff out there. So that kind of wraps up what we got. That is the end of the hobby exclusives that I have from Greenlight. Obviously, I really love that guy a lot. The guy's pretty good. We're going to throw our Challengers up here as well, just because. And then I'm going to throw the NYPD right here on the back a little bit. See if he'll not roll off. Just so I can get some red, white, and blue flavor right there rotating on the screen for you. So a little Mopar love to roll out. So let me know what you guys think about those. Let me know if you like those or not. Greenlight is doing pretty good. It's really hard to find this stuff at retail, like general Greenlight. Obviously, hobby exclusives, you're not going to find at retail. You're going to find those through your favorite hobby dealers. As you guys know, I get pretty much all my Greenlight from diecast wholesale, diecast model wholesale. There we go. Sorry about that. And, I love Greenlight. I do. And I can tell you, I got no quality issues on these. Yes, the light bar on this Monaco is a little off, but it's good. I can deal with it. So I'm very, very happy. I'm glad I can bring you guys good video for Greenlight. And I really hope you enjoy these models. So we're going to roll out. Catch you next time. Got more stuff coming. As always, nothing but new stuff all the time here at Level M. And we'll catch you next time, all right? Peace!